Rotation constraints. It's the ultimate way to link wheels, gears, or complex character rigs together without writing a single line of code. First, create an empty game object, rename it car, and reset its position to 0, 0, 0. Create a 3D cube game object and rename it to car body. Select the car body game object and right-click it. Choose Create Empty Parent. Rename it to Car Body Parent and reset its position to 0, 0, 0. Select the car body game object, right-click on the box collider component, and choose Remove Component. Next, set the scale to x equals 1, y equals 0.1, and z equals 1.5, then set the y position to 0.5. Create a new 3D cube under the car body parent and rename it to Steering Wheel Attach. Next, set its scale to 0.1, 0.5, 0.1. Set its position to 0, 0.7, 0.49, and set its rotation to -25, 0, 0. Now, create an empty game object, rename it to Steering Parent, and set its position to 0, 0, 0. Create a cylinder game object under the Steering Parent, and rename it to Steering Wheel. Next, set its scale to 0.25, 0.025, 0.25. Set its position to 0, 0.95, 0.4, and set its rotation to -25, 0, 0. Now, create a 3D cube under the steering wheel. Next, select the steering wheel game object, right-click its capsule collider, and remove the component. Similarly, select the steering wheel attach game object, right-click the box collider, and remove that component as well. Now, create a 3D cube under the steering wheel object and set its scale to 0.125, 1, 0.96, and its rotation to 0, -60, 0. Next, duplicate this cube by pressing Ctrl+D, change its rotation to 0, 60, 0, and set the Y position for both cubes to 0.8. Now, create an empty game object, rename it to wheelParent, and set its position to 0, 0, 0. Now, create a 3D cylinder game object under the wheelParent. Right-click the capsule collider and select Remove Component. Now, rename it to Wheel L. Then, set its position to -0.611, 0.253, 0.745. Next, change the scale to 0.5, 0.025, 0.5, and set the rotation to 0, 0, 90. Now, duplicate this game object by pressing Ctrl-D. Set its position to 0.611, 0.253, 0.745, and rename it to Wheel R. Select the car body parent game object and expand it. Next, select the steering parent game object and drag it into the car body parent to nest it. Follow the exact same step for the wheel parent. Now, let's create some materials for our car, wheels, and steering wheel. Right-click in the project window, select Create, and then choose Material. Give it any color you like and assign it to the material field in the car body's mesh renderer. Follow the exact same process for the remaining game objects like the steering wheel and the wheels. Now, select the wheel parent located under the car body parent and rename it to front wheel parent. Next, select the steering wheel inside the steering parent object. Try rotating it on the Y-axis. Notice how nothing happens? Select the left wheel under the front wheel parent game object, then add a rotation constraint component to it. Do the same for the right wheel game object. Now, click the plus button under Sources in the rotation constraint, then drag and drop the steering wheel game object located under the steering parent. Now, click the Activate button on the rotation constraint for both the left and right wheel game objects. As you can see, the wheels are rotating along with the steering wheel. However, they're currently rotating in all directions, which isn't correct, so let's fix that. Select the rotation constraint and expand the constraint settings. Then, uncheck freeze rotation for the X and Z axes. Now, uncheck is active under the rotation constraint and set the rotation for both the left and right wheels to 0, 0, 90. Now, press the Activate button under the rotation constraint for both the left and right wheel game objects. Now, test it again by rotating the steering wheel game object on the Y-axis. And look at that! It works perfectly. That wraps up our series on transform constraints. You're now fully equipped to build complex professional rigs completely code-free. If this helped you level up your workflow, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below, letting me know what Unity topic we should tackle next. But don't stop here. Click right here to master the next step in your development journey.